I swear to Christ, Jable. I'm trying to be nice and not go that far, but you just have to take it there. Ugh. Welcome to the Lesser Saints of Discord, everyone.
Yeah, your one and only pre-show to the YouTube Saints. Sorry. Little joke in the chat there.
I was trying to be nice.
Anyways, welcome to Lesser Saints Discord, your one and only pre-show to the YouTube Saints, coming at you every Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Well, yeah, every Friday night, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Discord news? Anything, Rimshee?
Other than the town hall, normally we have it on. Normally going forward, we're gonna have it on the second Sunday of the month, but this month some scheduling conflicts came up, so it's being pushed back to the third Sunday of the month. What was the times? It's in server announcements, so check there. But you're probably not. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, and then another one at 3 Pacific Standard and 6 Eastern.
All right. Also, we have a new channel down in sharing.
Yes.
Which is it's where you can share like extra parts that you have for computers or I guess maybe guns.
Yeah, Nick requested it, so there it is.
Right now, our first goal is to get Anna had a good PC.
Something better than a toaster.
Yeah, a decade-old laptop that is only working because of various rigs that she's had to various adaptations she's had to make to it, I guess. So, whatever. Yeah, so trying to get Anna a computer, so definitely if you have the extra computer parts, share that down there. We'll try to all compile together like some sort of communist country.
Not one of the bad ones, at least. I mean, they're all bad, but still.
Yeah.
Some are more bad than others.
Yeah. I mean, there's some pretty crazy videos coming out of Venezuela right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, let's just jump into the news.
Alright, transition. Yeah, still having troubles with the transitions. Fran, man, I'm gonna talk to you at some point in the near future, because something's up, so.
Yeah. It's kind of working.
It works somewhat.
I think Nick is holding our entire audience hostage.
Probably, looking at the viewer count.
I think it's us. That's about it. Maybe my mom.
We got 2 others. Maybe 1 other. Let's talk to ourselves.
Oh, whatever. That means I can say the really bad shit.
No, you can't.
Nobody's watching. It's fine.
Yes, no one's watching now, but that's not to say no one will later. You retarded skunk.
Alright. So, punk parents blame child's terrible taste in music on vaccinations. That's right. That's right, guys. Vaccinations cause terrible taste in music.
No. Some of you watching at some point in the future may notice that this is from the Hard Times. We are aware.
Vaccines aren't causing autism; they're causing acousticism.
Go ahead and start reading.
Denver, Colorado. As the debate between the anti-vaccination movement and the medical science community rages on, one local punk couple believes their 15-month-old son's terrible taste in music is directly linked to the vaccinations their child received. Deanna and Paul Meelan were heartbroken after realizing their infant showed indifference to the bands they tried exposing him to, and instead preferred music specifically designed to stimulate the motor skills of young children. It's a fucking conspiracy. It's a fucking conspiracy, man. More government stormtroopers forcing bullshit down our throats, said the infant's visibly aggravated father, Paul Meelan. When Isaac was first born, we would play him leftover crack, Osrotten, and shit like that, and he would sit there and love it. But last month, we got him vaccinated, and now he shows no interest in listening to Reagan Youth at all. But he sure as hell goes nuts for the songs on that Poser Fest, Yo Gabba Gabba. Anti-vaxxers, as they're called, believe vaccinations have led to a rise in autism and other health issues, despite fierce opposition by medical professionals. Musical preference among children has not been proven to be affected by vaccines whatsoever. Most kids just don't like loud, politically motivated music. It has nothing to do with modern medicine, said pediatrician Laura Weinhardt. Isaac will eventually develop different musical tastes and grow out of this phase. The parents, on the other hand, don't seem like they will grow out of this at all. Have they been vaccinated? Despite overwhelming evidence that vaccinations are beneficial to society at large, Deanna Meelan still believes the vaccinations were a mistake. I don't know anyone who has ever had whooping cough or rubella or whatever those other made-up diseases we are supposed to believe threaten our kids. But what I do know is that whenever we are in the minivan, the only thing Isaac wants to hear is the Wiggles. And I seriously want to drive off a bridge, said Mrs. Meelan while sewing a Misfits patch onto a onesie. Oh, cute. Although Rubella would be a sick band name. Even though their child is only 15 months old, the Meelans have already decided on homeschooling in an effort to control their child's musical exposure. We are his parents. We know what is best for him, said Mr. Meelan, lighting up a cigarette. That's it. That's it. Just a ridiculous fucking article.
Now, keep in mind,
Hey.
It is the hard time, so it's complete bullshit.
Yeah. We do have to clarify that, I guess.
Yeah, we do, because there are plenty of idiots out there.
I'm not autistic, I'm acoustic.
Oh, so now let's get on to some real news, which sounds less reasonable than this.
Yeah.
What the shit?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, do I have to...
Oh, hey, Double Key. Thanks for showing up, bud. By the way, I do have another announcement to make. Well, Rimshee's figuring out whatever.
No, I got it all set up. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Go do an announcement, because you're a dick.
Yeah. So I am no longer in the center. I'm on the left now. Took the political compass test last week, and I'm sorry to report that I'm now on the left. Sorry, guys. Disappointed all of you. I know.
You're just a disappointment in general.
My mom loves me. She's not disappointed. She's happy.
You just keep telling yourself that.
I will. Alright, you want to read this one?
I'm trying to figure other stuff out right now.
I got it. I got it. Alright. New York man built 200-pound bomb to detonate on Election Day. Feds. Federal authorities have arrested a New York man based on charges.
Tell me when you get down to that
charges
picture.
Of. Huh?
Tell me when you get down to the picture.
Will do. Federal authorities have arrested a New York man on charges of unlawfully manufacturing an explosive device after they say he constructed a 200-pound bomb, which he intended to detonate on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on Election Day next month. Paul Rosenfeld, 56, was arrested in Rockland County after authorities got a tip from an unidentified individual in Pennsylvania that Rosenfeld was allegedly communicating with about his plot. Sources familiar with the case told ABC News that Rosenfeld, who allegedly constructed the bomb in Rockland County, wanted to kill himself in the process of detonating it. Letters and text messages that Rosenfeld allegedly sent to the Pennsylvania tipster detailed his plot, authorities said in a criminal complaint. Down to the picture.
Alright, thanks. Go ahead and keep reading. I just needed to know so that I could adjust everything.
Yeah. Rosenfeld's letters and text messages stated in substance and in part that he intended to 1. Build an explosive device, 2. Transport the explosive device to Washington, D.C., and 3. Detonate this explosive device on November 6, 2018, on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Rosenfeld adheres to an ideology called sortition, which advocates that government officials should be selected by lottery rather than popular vote, according to the complaint. That's a weird one I haven't heard of before.
By lottery.
Yeah.
You know, the sad thing is that might actually, in today's day and age, that might actually be a more reasonable thing to do, at least with, like, the Senate.
I wouldn't want them to be in there for so long, though, if that were the case.
Well, the Senate, how the Senate was originally envisioned was the states themselves that would figure out, like, through their legislator who they wanted to be, who they wanted to appoint as a senator. So senators fought more for the state's desires than they did for votes from the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now it's popular vote, and it's the Wild West, motherfucker!
Yeah. I just think of my buddy who's an anarcho-communist that wants to ban guns but also wants to ban police. Every time something like this comes up, love the guy, not the brightest when it comes to politics.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah. He was arrested on Tuesday in Tappan, New York, by FBI agents and local authorities, according to the complaint. Armed with a search warrant, FBI bomb technicians discovered and removed a plywood box filled with 8 pounds of gunpowder. Rosenfeld had previously constructed several smaller explosive devices for practice, according to the complaint. Rosenfeld was scheduled to appear in federal courts in White Plains on Wednesday. It was not immediately clear whether Rosenfeld had retained an attorney or been assigned a federal public defender.
But seriously,
short article.
200-pound bomb.
Yeah.
200-pound bomb. How is he gonna transport it in a manner that wasn't suspicious? Man just doesn't think.
He was gonna get like one of those like Segways without the arm bars, those fake hoverboards. He was gonna put it on that, stand on top of the box, get a giant trench coat, and sort of glide on in.
No, that doesn't work. Those things can't hold 200 pounds.
Yeah, they can.
Not if there's another person on there.
Yeah. Fine.
This is why I'm.
He's gonna get.
This is why I'm partially glad you're not some wannabe terrorist, because you'd be horrible at it, and yet I still feel like I'd have to teach you. It's not fun. Like, you're so bad at it, I feel like I'd have to teach you things just to be somewhat not pathetic.
Alright, so I got one better. 2 skateboards under the box. Okay? No, 2 mountain boards. They have the tready wheels so you can go over bumps a lot easier. Same thing, stand on top of it, trench coat. Giant ski poles to sort of push yourself along, or giant crutches. Yeah. There we go.
What are you gonna pretend to be with that? You'd have to bring it in I'm done talking about this. We're moving on, because I don't want to teach Jables anything. God damn. Let's talk about same-sex mice and babies. God damn,
Welcome
Jables,
to the
you
science
fucking
segment.
break me.
Hold on, I got another one.
Oh, God.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I need a drink.
Do I make you want to smoke?
No, you definitely don't make me want to smoke. But you make me wish that I actually was into drugs of some sort, so I could maybe get high enough to forget right now. I mean, as it is, I could drink alcohol, but I don't have anything cheap enough that I'd be willing to drink myself in that sort of stupor! You
Keep this in mind. You know you're hanging out with me.
You disappoint me so much.
Alright.
Same-sex mice having babies. Go ahead and read it.
Yeah.
Because I can't see shit.
Okay. Baby mice have been made with 2 mums and no dad, say researchers of the Chinese Academy of Sciences. It took a substantial feat of genetic engineering to break the rules of reproduction. The scientists said the bimaternal, 2 mamas, animals were healthy and went on to have pups of their own. But there was bad news on the all-male front. Mice with the double dads were attempted, but died within days of being born. How are they getting these male mice to give birth?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Why even try? The researchers were trying to answer fundamental questions about why we have sex. Okay. Mammals, including us, can make babies only through sexual reproduction, aka you need an egg from a mom and sperm from a dad. But the rest of the natural world doesn't play by the same rules. Some female fish, reptiles, amphibians, and birds can go it alone. Yeah. Welcome to the bizarre world of virgin births known officially as parthenogenesis. Yes. Okay. I can explain why we have sex and why it takes a mommy and a daddy to reproduce from a sociological standpoint.
Yeah, they're talking from a biological standpoint. Why evolutionarily it made sense, as opposed to like socially. Yeah, we have sex because fuck yeah, it feels good.
Sorry, evolutionary psychology standpoint, not necessarily sociology standpoint. The reason why we have sex and reproduce like that is because it creates a better bond and a structure for a better society. Because we got to protect our own.
Jables. Sometimes a lay is just a lay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that though. I'm talking from an evolutionary standpoint. Jeez.
It's like what the fuck's his face? Not Schrodinger. The famous psychologist. Sigmund Freud. It's like Sigmund Freud said, yeah. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Sometimes a lay is just a lay, dude.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that. I wasn't talking about that, though. Alright. The aim of the Chinese researchers was to work out which rules of reproduction they needed to break to make baby mice from same-sex parents. That in turn helps understand why the rules are so important. It's an interesting paper. They're trying to work out what you would have to do to turn us into turkeys. Wait, what? It's an interesting paper. They're trying to work out what you would have to do to turn us into turkeys, said Professor Robin Lovell Badge at the Francis Crick Institute. Yes, your Christmas dinner can reproduce without having sex. Trees can reproduce without having sex. That's interesting.
God damn.
Oh. Oh. That's why there's so many of them. That's why the males are so uppity and angry. Go on then. How did they do it? In short, with a lot of cutting-edge science, it was easier with double mums. The researchers took an egg from one mouse and a special type of cell, a haploid embryonic stem cell, from another. Both contained only half the required genetic instructions, or DNA, but just bringing them together wasn't enough. The researchers had to use a technology called gene editing to delete 3 sets of genetic instructions to make them compatible. More on that later. The double dad approach was slightly more complicated. It took a sperm, male haploid embryonic stem cell, an egg that had all of its own genetic information removed, and the deletion of 7 genes to make it all work. Yeah, you need the egg regardless. That's all I'm getting from this. Oh, look at a little baby mouse. Oh, that one died in 48 hours. Never mind.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Think he's out. Alright. So they broke the rules. What did they learn? The reason we need to have sex is because our DNA, our genetic code, behaves differently depending on whether it comes from mom or dad. The study in stem cell suggests. And without a female copy and a male copy, our whole development gets thrown out of whack. It's called genomic imprinting, with parts of the DNA in sperm and parts of the DNA in eggs getting different stamps, that's in quotes, that alter how they work. Errors in genomic imprinting have been implicated in some diseases such as Angelman syndrome. Angelman syndrome. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna look it up
Wow, that's what
on
I'm
a
doing
different
too.
window.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll keep reading while you're looking that up. The bits of DNA carrying these stamps were the ones the researchers had to delete in order to make the baby mice viable. Dr. Whaley, who conducted the experiment, said, "This research shows us what's possible. We saw that the defects in bimaternal mice can be eliminated and that bipaternal reproduction barriers in mammals can also be crossed. So can I have a baby with my same-sex partner?"
So
That's
I just looked it up. It's Angelman syndrome usually isn't detected until development delays become noticeable, usually when a baby is about 6 to 12 months old. Symptoms include lack of crawling or babbling, minimal speech, and frequent smiling and laughter. Inability to walk, move, or balance well, ataxia, is also a symptom.
interesting. Wait.
It's a nervous system disorder.
Yeah. Man, I thought it was going to be like they were born with wings or something.
I did too.
Yeah, I was real hopeful for that. Oh, man. Alright. So, can I have a baby with my same-sex partner? Unless you're a mouse reading this, and a female one at that, then the answer is not anytime soon. Dr. Teresa Holm, University of Auckland, thinks there's a chance in the long run. The research may even lead to the development of ways for same-sex couples to reproduce healthy children of their own, she says. But she points out there are significant ethical and safety concerns that would need to be overcome. Uh, Safety, sure. I'm not sure what the ethical concerns would be. Do you have any idea?
Playing God. I think that's what the ethical concerns boil down to.
Yeah.
Also, it kind of gets it kind of gets a little bit into designer babies a bit. If you're messing with the genetic code of a baby already, why not take it a step further?
Oh yeah, there's that. But I mean, they're already same-sex couples. I mean,
Oh, it's not
if
about
they
the
want to,
same-sex couples. It's about the same-sex couples having children of their own.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, they're already same-sex couples that want children of their own with their own DNA. Let them fuck with it however they want, I guess. I If they're going to be having children in an extremely unnatural way, why not go all the way with it? Make it a cyborg for all I care.
That's the issue. That's the ethical issue they're talking about.
I'm pretty apathetic about the whole thing. It would not be allowed to happen until scientists could be sure any resultant children would grow up mentally and physically normal. Oh, maybe that's the ethical thing. I should have just read the next sentence. Some people have doubts that the mice were completely okay. Dr. Levelbadge told the BC, even with two mothers, I'm not convinced they're normal, and the success rate is pretty low. It is not something I'd hope anyone would contemplate. So, sex about to disappear? Not yet, no. Oh, they're trying to get sex to disappear. Hey, if nobody's having sex, you can't be raped. I guess.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you can't.
It's just
Like, ah,
another.
jeez.
It's just another Zer raping you.
Yeah.
You won't have Zim and Zer. You'll just have Zer.
Y2KW, take it a step further and genetically engineer cat girls for domestic ownership. Also,
Until scientists would be sure the cat girls would grow up with the right size titties. I don't know. I don't really remember the Demolition Man, but Logan's Run, they didn't get rid of sex. In fact, they encouraged the most. They encouraged sex.
I've never seen Logan's Run, but I remember Demolition Man, and they didn't necessarily get rid of sex. They took you into some. You put on a virtual sex thing that was like 10 times more intense than actual sex. And then you had to have a permit to have sex to have babies. To have real, like, contact.
I've never seen THX 1138. So, I don't know. Yeah, Logan's Run, you die at 30, but they encouraged sex.
Because you die at 30?
Because they need to maintain population, so having people die at 30 was an easy way of maintaining the population within the dome.
Maybe I should watch Rogan's Run. Blah. Rogan's Run. Logan's Run. Alright. So that's it for this article, unless you want to follow James on Twitter. But I don't think so.
You can, but
I wouldn't recommend
it. He doesn't sound like a fun guy.
No. He looks like he's trying to abolish all sex and make everybody gay.
Maybe. Let's move on to our second science-y article.
Science of the day. Alright. Hawking's final science study has been released, guys.
I will get this one. Stephen Hawking's final scientific paper has been released, and it deals with one of the central topics in the physicist's 56-year-long career. The work was completed in the days before Hawking's death in March. It tackles the question of whether black holes preserve information on the stuff that falls into them. Huh. Some researchers had believed this information was destroyed, but others said that this violated the laws of quantum mechanics. These laws propose that everything in our world can be broken down into information, for example, a string of ones and zeros. In addition, this information should never disappear, not even if it gets sucked into a black hole. But Hawking's building on the work of Albert Einstein showed that black holes have a temperature. And because hot objects lose heat into space, black holes must eventually evaporate, disappearing from existence. Black holes themselves are regions in space where the gravity is so strong, nothing that gets pulled in can escape. Writing in The Guardian. Go ahead.
I don't think information does escape. Like, I think information still exists in black holes. I mean, I learn a lot of stuff. And,
Are you saying that you're a black hole?
I'm saying my brain's a black hole.
Good, because I've seen your skin. And I know you're male.
Wait, what? What was that last bit?
I said, I've seen your skin, and I know you're male.
No, I'm non-binary. Just use he,
What the
him
fuck
pronouns.
ever?
Jeez.
Writing in The Guardian, one of the study's co-authors, Malcolm Perry, from the University of Cambridge, said, "What Hawking discovered was that in black hole physics, there seems to be even greater uncertainty than in quantum mechanics." What the shit? Quantum mechanics is one of the most complicated things we have right now. And if he's saying that black hole physics are even more complicated, what the shit?
Goddamn.
Information surviving in a black hole sounds like a really bad interracial porn title. If an object has a temperature, it will also have a property known as entropy. The entropy is a measure of how many different ways an object can be made from its microscopic ingredients and still look the same, said Professor Perry. He says that he discussed the paper with Hawking shortly before he died, but wasn't aware the professor was ill. Are you fucking kidding?
He had Luke Gehrig's.
He was in a fucking wheelchair. How do you not know he's ill?
He literally had to talk with his eyes. Did you know that?
He sounded like text-to-speech.
Yeah, well, he was offered a new voice, but he kept that original voice because the guy that made it for him, as a tribute to the guy that made it, the original one for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, he had infrared sensors on his glasses, so he was literally talking with his eyes and, like, researching through websites with his eyes and shit like that. Super cool.
Anyway. It was very difficult for Stephen to communicate, and no shit. And I was put on a loudspeaker to explain where we had got to. When I explained it, he simply produced an enormous smile, said Professor Perry.
An erogenous smile.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. I had to reread it like 3 times for some reason. The new paper shows mathematically that the entropy of a black hole may be recorded by the particles of light, photons, that surround the black hole's event horizon. The event horizon is a boundary or point of no return where escape from the gravitational pull of the black hole becomes impossible, including for light. The patina of light around the black hole has been dubbed soft hair. Well, actually, going back to that previous paragraph, technically, there are particles that escape a black hole, but they don't seem to be. From my understanding, they don't seem to be. Uh, I'll let you deal with that one, Jables.
Yeah.
Anyway, so soft hair. What this paper does is show that soft hair can account for the entropy, said Professor Perry. But he added that we don't know that Hawking entropy accounts for everything you could possibly throw at a black hole. So this is really a step along the way. Hawking's most important discoveries. Yeah, we're going to skip that. I'll keep it up here. Pause if you want to read those. But I'm going to continue on. Now, Professor Perry and the remaining authors have to find out how the information associated with the black hole's entropy is physically stored in the soft hair, and how that information comes out of a black hole when it evaporates. Pardon me.
Sorry.
The
Y2K, don't stop here around a black hole. You're going to make me take 5 to fat before the main show, aren't you?
You may need to take 10.
Yeah. Good. Make yourself right.
The research builds on previous work published in 2015, which suggested that information might not make it into a black hole, but is held on its boundary. Professor Marika Taylor, a theoretical physicist at the University of Southampton, said, "The authors have to make several non-trivial assumptions, so the next step will be to show that these assumptions are valid." Previously, Professor Hawking had proposed that photons could be emitted from black holes due to quantum fluctuations, a concept known as Hawking radiation. Information from the black hole might be able to escape via this route, but it might be in a chaotic, useless form.
Wait, Stephen Hawking has an entire type of radiation named after him?
Yes.
God.
He has several things. Like that. Didn't you see earlier Hawking entropy?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's got Hawking radiation. There's Hawking entropy. I'm sure there's the Hawking Restroom Hall of Fame or something. I don't know.
He's like the Trump of science.
Yeah.
Slapping his name on everything.
Well, it's about all he can slap on.
Apparently he used to love going to strip clubs and everything. And he also cheated on his wife quite a bit.
When he could.
Yeah. Well, his dick still works, apparently.
Yeah. Jeez.
Alright.
That's just because scientists are terrible at naming things. That explains so much. Don't.
No, there was a... Oh, crap. What was that? Yeah, there's a bunch of scientists looking for a bunch of shit at the center of the Earth. And they named, like, something that they found Zool. It was like a dragon-looking thing. They named it Zool. Okay? It's pretty funny.
Yeah, they either name it after themselves or they name it after...
some nerdy shit.
Sci-fi shit. A science fiction writer is a scientist's best friend.
Yeah.
Because they have the knowledge to name things. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff that we use, like cell phones and shit like that, the people that invented cell phones got their idea from Star Trek.
Yeah, they were trying to create the communicator.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, they're currently trying to create the hypo spray.
Nice.
They're getting
Let me know when
closer,
they.
too.
Let me know when they get replicators.
Yeah, that won't be for a while.
Especially for food.
Hell, I think I think people are trying to figure out how to do the holodeck. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the original inspiration for virtual reality.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
At least modern virtual reality.
Yeah.
How will replicators cause the end of civilization, Y2K?
You're gonna get rid of farming and everything food based, but I think that's okay because then everybody will be able to eat. No, no, no. What are you talking about, dude?
The
That's fine.
computer cannot replicate living beings. Well, I guess
But it
technically it
can
could.
make a pound of coke.
Yeah, it can make a pound of coke, but it would most likely you'd most likely be at the point where if you order a pound of coke or scotch or anything like that, you'll get synthahol or instead of alcohol, or like synthacoke instead of cocaine.
As long as it has the same effects, I don't really care too
It'll
much.
have the same effects without the downside.
God damn it, everybody's streaming tonight. Billy's fridge just started streaming. God damn it, Billy. I told you. Friday night's my night. Alright.
And what? And what? Don't fight me. I'll stab you. Speaking of which, woman said she was given real knife instead of a prop, stabs friend at haunted house.
Alright. Now we're on to the Halloween segment. Halloween PSA. If somebody gives you a knife and tells you to stab somebody, double check that it's not real.
A woman who stabbed her friend in the arm said she thought she was playing along with a scene and given a prop knife, according to a police report. Tanya Greenfield, 29, told police she and friends were waiting to enter the Nashville Nightmare haunted house with friends on She and friends were waiting with friends?
Yep.
Got it.
Dude, every fucking time.
And for once, it was me.
Yeah.
On October 5th, when a person she believed to be one of the characters and an employee at the venue asked if her friend James Yochim was bothering her. Believing she was playing along with one of the haunted house's scenarios, she said he was. The person then handed Greenfield a knife and said, "Well, here, stab him." According to her report to Nashville Metropolitan Police, thinking the knife was a prop and she was continuing the gag, she then plunged the knife into Yochim's left arm. I hope
so
he was
glad
right-handed. I hope he was right-handed, because otherwise he's gonna be kind of lonely for a little while.
Statistically, he was probably right.
Statistically, yeah.
But hey, I'm left-handed, but I do that with my right, so who the fuck knows?
Greenfield said when she pulled back, she realized there was blood on the knife, a hole in Yochim's shirt, and blood squirting from the victim's left arm, according to the report. Nashville police responded to a stabbing call, and the victim was taken to Skyline Emergency Hospital. What the shit?
I am so glad that she stabbed him in the arm and not like in the gut or in the chest.
In the report, Greenfield told police that she did not intend to injure her friend. Another friend who witnessed the stabbing also believed that the knife handed to Greenfield was a prop knife, the report said. He told police he heard the person who gave the knife to Greenfield said he did not realize that the knife was not that sharp. Did not realize that the knife was that sharp. Police are investigating the case. You did not know the knife was sharp. And
that sharp.
That sharp. But that means you knew it was somewhat sharp. God damn. Yeah, glad she did it in dude's arm. Police are
Yeah.
investigating the case. Nashville Nightmares said it has had a good reputation in the area, that their medical staff responded immediately to the incident, and that they are investigating further. Well, that's good.
Good.
As we
No
have,
shit.
as we
You're
have,
doing exactly what you're supposed to do.
as we have continued to review the information, we believe that an employee was involved in some way, and he has been placed on leave until we can determine his involvement, the company told ABC News in a statement. We are going over all of our safety protocols with all of our staff again, as the safety and security of all of our patrons is always our main concern. So this actually may have been an employee?
Yeah.
God damn.
Or at least an employee might have been involved. Who knows what that means?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this is fucking crazy. Like, why? It's... So many things went wrong here. God. Hello? Are you there, Jables? Did you get... What the hell? Hold on.
Them stupid things.
Yeah, my audio cut out. We did not hear anything you just said.
I'm okay. It's because there are some people who are pranksters that don't think ahead, that like to prey on stupid people to get them to do really stupid things, like stab their friend in the arm.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Stupid people are stupid.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, wait, what the? What? Hold on. Okay. Yeah.
What'd your mom say?
Oh, nothing. No, she stopped texting me. No, I was laughing at what you posted. All right, more Halloween news.
What did I post? Oh yeah, I did post that.
Yeah, you posted it not that long ago, dude. Oh wait, no, it was like an hour ago. Okay.
No shit, I forgot. All right.
Yeah. We might need that. So.
Moving on, Jamie Lee Curtis responds to that stupid Fox News article about guns in Halloween.
Okay. Before we get into this article, I do have to point out we have no idea if this is some sort of parody article or if this is an actual thing. No idea, because at the top of the screen, it links to Deadspin, Gizmodo, Jalopnik, Jezebel, Kotaku, Lifehacker, Splinter, Takeout, The Root, The Onion, Clickhole, the inventory. I don't know what the inventory is. Oh.
I have no idea. I'm trying to look at this guy's other work. He's got stuff like the hottest celebrity beef of 2018 is between Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. HBO uncovers a premiere date for season 3 of True Detective. Trump signs landmark legislation for musicians. He says he has been treated very who he says have been treated very unfairly. thanks to Venom, Jared Leto's Morbius movie is definitely happening.
God, fuck Jared Leto.
10 episodes of Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law to watch before the new special. Oh shit, they're bringing back Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law?
That's an important article. Add that to the list. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's just primarily entertainment. So, maybe this is actually somewhat legitimate.
It's,
Go ahead and read it, because it's blocking my shit.
yeah. Because it shifted to the right. Right. Okay. This is why I think it's fake. Yesterday, we reported that Fox News made an uncharacteristically stupid argument when it implied Jamie Lee Curtis was a hypocrite for using a gun in the new Halloween movie despite being an advocate for stronger gun control in the real world. Even without the mountains of other evidence, this would be definitive proof that Fox News is a dumb organization run by dumb people and targeted directly at people who are dumb. And the internet had a good time dropping powerful dunks on Fox News' dumb face. That's what makes me think that it's a total parody. USA Today, an outlet that also knows a thing or two about being dumb, called up Curtis to ask her opinion on this controversy, and she happens to think the whole thing is just silly. She notes that Fox News was trying to make a point without ever speaking to me what I really think, adding, and what I think might surprise them. Specifically, Curtis wants the record to state that she's not anti-gun, she just supports common sense gun safety and gun laws.
Yeah, they don't mean what they think they mean. Like, if you want to see a good, okay, no, go ahead. I'm gonna.
I was just gonna say I don't know what common sense gun safety and gun laws means. I don't know what that means.
I'm gonna go to YouTube and find a video. Keep talking.
Okay. Curtis supports bans on assault weapons and bump stocks, but she wants Fox News to know that she doesn't mind if people have guns as long as they're properly trained and licensed.
Suck a dick, bitch.
What kind of proper training? What's the licensing process?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's okay for Laurie Strode to use guns in Halloween because Jamie Lee Curtis thinks it's okay for some people to have guns. In retrospect, she may have lost the thread of why the Fox News story was so absurd in the first place. All in a noble attempt to avoid offending any of her gun-owning fans. Hey, it's almost like this entire thing has been dumb.
Yep.
Short articles tonight. Picked up a bunch of them, but they're super short. I didn't expect all of them to be this short.
Yeah, well, you would. You like short things.
Debatable.
Yeah, if you want to see this video that I'm talking about, I just put it in Miscellaneous Rex. It's a little bit of an old video from Paul Harrell, called "Rebuttal to Gun Drama Johnny and Yankee Marshall." He goes into a little bit of why he to try and make a point of why he shouldn't be doing political commentary. He goes into a little bit of a joking statement of why gun control needs to be a thing. or why it doesn't need to be a thing, or something along. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it's dry humor, but it's kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it's in Miscellaneous Recommendations.
You know, if you set up a My Circle, we could all watch that.
Yeah, I'd rather people go to his channel. I actually like his stuff.
You don't have to watch the whole thing. But yeah, okay. Yeah, people keep saying common sense, but every time I ask what they mean by that, I keep hearing different shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that common sense if everybody gives me a different answer.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Common sense is not as common as you'd think, given the people who say it. They seem to think common sense is common, but their common sense is different person to person. Which is
Yeah.
which is a series a YouTuber by the name of Bullet Berry does, called "Everything Is Person to Person." I'm just dropping names of bigger channels right now that I like. God damn.
Shit, stop it.
I actually want to see the boys get Bullet Berry on at some point. I think that would be a fascinating thing to watch.
Yeah. Oh, man. I guess we have to do this article.
Yep. Amazon scrapped sexist AI tool.
Yeah. Amazon made a sexist robot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, libtards. Wait, I'm on the left now. Damn it.
Yeah, get fucked, libtard. An algorithm that was being tested as a recruitment tool by online giant Amazon was sexist and had to be scrapped, according to a Reuters report. The fact that Reuters is automatically going to, it was sexist.
Yep.
Like, I already know about what happened. It's just kind of interesting. The artificial intelligence system was trained on data submitted by applicants over a 10-year period, much of whom came from men, it claimed. Okay. It claimed that? Did they sit down and talk with the supposed AI? I don't think so.
Goodness.
Reuters was told by members of the team working...
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
They just forgot to capitalize it. It's supposed to be IT.
Ah. That makes a lot more sense. You're probably full of shit, but it makes a lot more sense, and we're gonna go with it. Reuters was told by members of the team working on it that the system effectively taught itself that male candidates were preferable. Really? Amazon has not responded to the claims.
Of course not.
Reuters spoke to 5 members of the team who developed the machine learning tool in 2014, none of whom wanted to be publicly named. No shit. They told Reuters that the system was intended to review job applications and give candidates a score range from 1 to 5 stars, just like Netflix used to do.
Yeah. Hey, Netflix.
Do that again.
The star system is really good. Because you know what I can do? Based on my ratings, you can give me a suggested rating of how much I might like that movie. Sometimes I'm into watching a movie that might be a 2-star for me because I'm stoned. Okay? I like shit like that sometimes. But I like to see like how much I might like this. Now I'm just browsing through. I have to read descriptions and stuff like that. With the 5-star system, if it was rated 5 stars for me, I'd click on that shit right away. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Back.
Now you potentially have to go with a potential rating, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I've seen like a 99% match that was just shit. Give me the stars. Fuck you.
Also, Netflix, like, I like to drink. Sometimes I can't read titles or numbers. The stars works way better. Sometimes I see it's 2-star become a 4-star, but other than that, Like, worked out pretty well.
Yeah, but in those cases, you're wondering why there's two sets of stars.
I only look at the colors, so.
They literally wanted it to be an engine where I'm going to give you 100 resumes. It will spit out the top 5, and we'll hire those, said one of the engineers who spoke to Reuters. Honestly, that doesn't sound like a half-bad idea. Except, women penalized! By 2015, it was clear that the system was not rating candidates in a gender-neutral way, because it was built on data accumulated from CVs submitted to the firm mostly from males, Reuters claimed. The system started to penalize CVs which included the word women. The program was edited to make it neutral to the term, but it became clear that the system could not be relied upon, Reuters was told. The project was abandoned, although Reuters said that it was used for a period by recruiters who looked at the recommendations generated by the tool but never relied solely on it. According to Amazon, its current global workforce is split 60-40 in favor of males. About 55% of U.S. human resource managers said that AI would play a role in recruitment within the next 5 years, according to a survey by software firm CareerBuilder. It is not the first time doubts have been raised about how reliable algorithms trained on potentially biased data will be. What the shit is this picture? An MIT AI system dubbed Norman had a dark view of the world as a result of the data it was trained on. Is this supposed to be a fucking Bates Motel reference? For those of you who sub-genocide writer, for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, it's a TV series on what, Showtime, HBO, something like that.
I think you can find it on Netflix now.
Yeah, you might be able to find it on Netflix. But it's based on the movie Psycho. It's the lead up. It's Norman Bates' lead up to that movie. Yeah. His whole life with the with his dad dying and him killing his mother.
Spoilers, jeez.
A&E, thanks, writer. Anyway, an experiment at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which trained an AI on images and videos of murder and death, found it interpreted neutral ink blots in a negative way. And in May last year, a report claimed that an AI-generated computer program used by a U.S. court was biased against black people, flagging them as twice as likely to reoffend as white people. Predictive policing algorithms were spotted to be similarly biased because the crime data they were trained on showed more arrests or police stops for black people.
Okay, so this is where we get into the conversation of, is it actual bias or is it based on statistics?
I wouldn't be surprised if to some degree, it was bias. But that would only be because of the inputted information or the people programming. Yeah. It's not the machine itself that's going to be biased. It's not the program itself that is going to have a bias in one direction or another. The machine is going to learn the best situations, and it's going to make the most logical decisions. It's just like how potentially you could have a situation where, okay, I have 6 applicants, 3 are men, 3 are women. The machine's going to be like, okay, so I can tell it's a woman because of this, and this factor, which seem innocuous to us. Despite the fact that any reference to being a woman or femininity or anything like that has been removed from the application. I know that it's this. Therefore, this individual is 25, 50, 75% more likely to skip up to 6 6 or 9 months of work due to medical reasons, so pregnancy, at least once.
Well,
Men won't have that
actually,
same issue. They will work longer, they will work harder, this, that, the other thing.
well, so one thing that I find interesting about this article is that in Australia, one thing that they did to help improve like diversity in the workplace between men and women, is they
Who is that?
stopped. Is that they stopped requiring people to put down their gender on applications.
Oh yeah, that happened in Australia, and they found
Yeah.
that women actually had a decreased chance from before of getting hired. Who's the most
Yeah.
recent poster? Ow!
I don't know.
Because that, whoever you are, that is exactly what we're talking about. That's exactly what the article said. It's either, and it's a prime example. They used other examples of that, so you may have just popped in. I don't know who you are.
I don't know you. Join the Discord.
Yeah,
Fuck.
please do. Link in the description somewhere. It's in the description, right, Jables?
That's for me to know.
It better be in the description, or I'm gonna kick your ass.
You gonna fly all the way up here?
Maybe not right away. I didn't say when it'd happen.
Just double check. Shit. Is it?
It better be.
Yeah, it is. It's in there.
Yeah, way at the bottom. Jeez, that should be right at the top. Right under YouTube Saints. Right before,
Okay,
after Saints,
fine.
and Locked and Loaded. Fix yo shit. But yeah. 8. Join the Discord.
Alright, fixed.
Good. But yeah, this is just a weird situation.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was referencing the Australia thing, because that was even people that couldn't just detect all this other little shit. It's just that...
Removed all reference to gender, and they picked based on the best applicant, thinking, oh, an even playing field where you don't know the gender, you don't know the name, you don't know the ethnicity. That's going to be better for everyone, because it'll increase the women picked. Nope, decreased it.
Yeah.
It showed that in hiring we tend to increase the chances of we tend to have a bias towards hiring women at this moment. In fact, they even got to the point where they were going based on, okay, this is a person with a birthday in an even month, and this is a person with a birthday in an odd month, where the reality was even month was male, odd month was female. They ended up hiring the even months more often than the odd months.
Alright. So, men are better at writing resumes, committing suicide, and mass shootings.
What? Okay, let's move on to HIV, dude. Let's just move on to HIV.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, next, HIV positive mother donates liver to uninfected daughter. I don't know how to feel about this one, honestly.
I already read through the article, so how about you go through it? And tell me how you feel at the end.
An HIV positive woman has donated a part of her liver to her 13-month-old... 13-month-old daughter, the first time such a transplant has been performed between an infected donor and an uninfected patient. Doctors at the Wits Donald Gordon Medical Center in Johannesburg, South Africa, recently announced the success of the surgery, which was performed last year, according to a paper on the procedure. The mother and daughter are doing well, and the daughter remains HIV negative. Good.
Yep.
Holy fuck. I already don't like this. The moment I saw 13-month-old,
Because
God,
it's sketchy. Read it through. Read it through.
the child who has been suffering from end-stage liver disease has undergone a previous surgery, or had undergone a previous surgery, and was placed on the list for a deceased donor liver. Her mother asked to be considered as a donor since only part of the liver is needed for a transplant. Despite the request, the hospital has a policy that does not allow HIV-positive living donations. Probably a good thought. 2 other family members were evaluated for donation, but they were not suitable, according to the paper published in the journal AIDS. Because of the child's deteriorating health, the doctors became concerned that without transplantation, death was imminent. Jean Botha, what a name. Or is that Jean Botha? Whatever. The program's director and lead surgeon told CNN that the team was faced with a tough decision.
Yeah.
We had to choose between the death of the child and accepting an infected organ to save her. The mother kept pushing and almost challenged us that we were possibly discriminating against her. I don't care if they're discriminating against you. If you're HIV positive, that seems reasonable from a medical standpoint.
Well,
in the situation, I'm talking outside of this situation.
Yeah.
Knowing HIV
and
individuals live healthy lives, we had to take the opportunity, Botha said.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, it's the baby dies, or the baby lives a little bit longer and then dies of AIDS.
Well, it would be HIV. And
well,
technically,
HIV
even that's not a death
AIDS,
sentence anymore.
No, it's not.
Harriet Etheridge, a medical biochemist on the team, told CNN there were also numerous ethical implications. No shit. We were also faced with the risk to the child, having a child who was too young to tell us if they were willing to assume that risk, Etheridge said. After 3 months on the donor list, the situation was carefully thought through from both legal and ethical perspectives, and the procedure was approved as a pilot study. The child was given several antiviral drugs prior to the transplant to prevent the transmission of the HIV. The team believes the operation opens the possibility to increase the number of living donors in places where rates of HIV are high and a shortage of deceased donors exists. This case potentially opens up a new living liver donor pool. Okay, the paper states, which might have clinical relevance in countries where there is a high burden of HIV and a limited number of deceased donor organs or limited access to transplantation. Holy fuck, is this dark.
Yeah.
Reading the title, I was staunchly against it and horribly sitting there going, why the fuck would you do this to a goddamn child? Now I'm sitting there going, I don't know how to feel.
Yep, that's where I landed after reading the article. My thing is, aren't children that are born from HIV positive mothers generally born with HIV?
There's a chance. I don't know if it's like what the statistical comparison is, but I know that there are some born without, and some there may be some born with. It's definitely something they test for.
Yeah. That makes me curious.
You're already
Maybe.
bi-curious.
Um, does this mean that we're potentially evolving to a point where we can have people that are immune to HIV? That's my thing. Especially with this whole donation, this whole liver donation to the little baby. Makes me really
Well,
curious.
I'm sure there are already people who are immune to the disease because no disease is 100% infectious.
Yeah. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding?
Even with Ebola, there are absolutely guaranteed to be people who are immune to it. And AIDS only affects people who have HIV to start with, as far as I know. It's kind of an end stage result of the HIV.
Yeah. Well, it's HIV causes AIDS.
Yeah, well, I have a friend who has AIDS. I talked about her the first time I hopped on the midweek, actually. Um,
Oh.
like she has surpassed expectations, but like when she first got diagnosed with HIV, she was like, I feel fine. I don't know what they're talking about because I don't know what we're talking about because I feel fine. I'm exercising fine. I'm doing everything fine. How can I be sick? And so she didn't take the meds that she was prescribed or anything like that. She just assumed that the doctors were wrong, and as a result, it kept developing, and she developed AIDS, unfortunately. And I do mean unfortunately, because she's a fucking awesome person.
Yeah.
Um, in all honesty, I don't know how she got infected. I don't know when she got infected, and that stuff really is just kind of irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. But you can easily end up in a. In fact, this is the way most people in the United States, at least, end up with AIDS nowadays. They ignore. They do something. Something happens where either they're ignoring their doctor because they don't think it's really happening to them. They don't believe their doctor. They don't think that they're the kind of person who gets the whole stupid shit going on in their head, and um they go, oh, these antivirals are what's killing me,
Yeah.
and they go off the meds or something along those lines. Those are the people who end up getting infected with AIDS nowadays. The ones
Yeah.
that for whatever reason they don't take their meds or they just don't know.
Moral of the story. Um, if you don't trust your doctor that you're currently going to,
Find one you
don't
do.
just stop. Don't just stop taking your meds. Go and get a second opinion. Go and
Well,
get a third opinion.
yeah, no, and honestly, like I said, she's a fucking awesome person. So I don't want to be. I don't want anyone to think I'm being negative towards her. She actually has survived lung cancer. Well, she survived lung cancer and brain cancer that were cancers based on the fact that she has AIDS. She survived both of those. Had surgery to remove her entire lung. And had brain surgery to remove the lesions on her brain. Um, so trust me when I say, don't let it go that far.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, no, like I said, she's a wonderful person. I wish that this was not happening to her.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. I know I make a lot of jokes and whatnot, but I do feel bad when people are suffering and going through shit like that. On another note,
Yeah, let's go to a lighter note.
let's go to that other one.
I'd have to pull it up. Give me a second and
Okay.
I'll pull it up. And we might run a little long today, but fuck it. And I'll just,
All
put
right.
it in
Yeah.
this.
So let me just make sure that all the links are in the description, because since we're adding a couple extra articles.
There we go. Dakota man arrested for dipping his butt in church's holy water. All right.
Yeah.
Today's gonna be a
Oh, and
good day, Tater.
yeah. Oh, and Mom, if you're watching right now, now would be the time that you probably don't want to listen to the things that I have to say. Um,
You know the weirdest part is that guy looks familiar, but I've never been to Dakota.
he looks like Mac Miller
Yeah, kinda.
or Sam Adams.
You'll have to read this because it's blocking part of the the OBS is blocking part of this stuff.
Oh yeah, I will as soon as it lets me scroll. Um,
Some days it's
in
hard
the
not to
meantime,
laugh out loud while
if you're
trawling the internet for stories of interest to freethinker readers. Honestly, I hope this is true because this is fun. Based on the title, this is funny.
today was one, and concerns a fellow called Zachary Burke above, who got himself arrested on a number of charges after he disrupted a Catholic mass at on Tuesday at the Spirit of Life Church in Mandan.
That's a
Around.
typo that I've seen before.
Mm-hmm. They tried to do the place before they gave the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Around 75 people were attending the 9 a.m. Mass when Burdick. Huh. That's interesting. Burdick is the name of one of the breweries down by my place. Weird. Maybe I'll go there tonight. When around 75 people were attending the 9 a.m. Mass when Burdick walked into. Oh, I'm gonna hate you. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Bear Duke, get your shit together. Alright. It is a Pathos blog, so I understand it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
There's
not a
any
full-on
editors.
article.
Yeah. Jeez. Alright. When he walked into the church and started to strip. Once naked, he began masturbating. Oh, jeez. Fuck. That hurt. Once naked, he began masturbating as he walked down the aisle toward the altar. A witness told police that Burdick started to splash around in a holy water fountain. The priest said Burdick dipped his rear end into the water and that the fountain will have to be drained, cleansed, and sanitized at a cost of $500.
Are you sure he wasn't trying to dip his balls in there and just went a little too far?
I'm sure he is just trying to dip his balls in. If you're gonna walk into a church naked and just masturbating, walking down the aisle, you're dipping your balls in there, not your ass.
Well, I would be at least.
Lori Flatten, a police spokesperson, said that earlier in the day, Burdick had tried to bless parishioners at the church with the Book of Mormon, but was told to leave. Oh, man. Oh, I love this guy. Burdick was arrested on charges of criminal mischief, indecent exposure, and ingestion of a controlled substance other than marijuana. Ah. He was either on mushrooms, but most likely acid.
Nope, meth.
Wait. How do you know it was meth?
Keep reading.
As Burdick bounced around in the back of the police car, he was tweaking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, I always make these comments right before I read the next sentence that answers it. God. Hey, you're a good-looking dude. Quit doing meth.
Yeah, I know who Jables wants to suck the dick of now.
No. No, I don't fuck with meth heads.
Gee, I wonder if this story gets any weirder.
It doesn't. That's the end of it.
No, Y2K earlier before before the tweaker comment.
All right. So, 6 o'clock. How y'all doing?
Stop trying to sweet talk the audience, Jables. You're not as attractive to them as you think.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, if anyone in the chat wants to suck Jables' dick, now is the time to say so. Or if you're watching this after the fact, just leave a leave a comment that says, fuck, what's something weird that they can say? Oh, shut up, Y2K. We're on West Coast time. Suck a dick.
Yeah, fuck you.
Love you, man.
With that, we've been your Lesser Saints of Discord, coming at you every Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to check out the YouTube Saints in half an hour, link in the description. And be sure to join the Discord, and follow me on Twitter. And follow Rimshee on Twitter if you can find his Twitter.
Yeah, some people have found my Twitter, and I don't know why they're adding me. I never use it. and Katz obviously does not want to suck your dick, Jables. I don't blame you. I've seen it. It's short and dinky.
It's... Nope, skipping on that joke.
I did not have the fun I was promised, Jables.
Well, I can't word the joke right. Okay.
I've beaten him.
Yeah. He got a lot of protein from me, let's put it that way.
I didn't get any protein. It was all soy.
All right. Good night, everybody. Stop it. End the show. Play the music. Roll the load out.